Imagine a once mighty political party crumbling under the weight of its own flaws: sloth, incompetence, hate, greed, hubris, drastic healthcare cuts, and skyrocketing food costs. Could this be the tipping point that's dismantling the GOP from within? Stick around, because we're about to dive deep into these 7 critical factors that experts say are eroding the Republican Party's foundation, and we'll unpack what they mean for everyday Americans. First off, let's talk about sloth. That's not just laziness in a casual sense, but a broader failure to act decisively on pressing issues. Picture a party that's slow to respond to crises, like economic downturns or environmental disasters, leaving voters feeling abandoned. Incompetence follows closely, where poor decision-making and lack of expertise lead to blunders that alienate supporters. For beginners, think of it as hiring a plumber who can't fix a leak. The job just doesn't get done properly, and trust evaporates. Then there's hate, which often manifests as divisive rhetoric that pits groups against each other, fostering an us versus them mentality that weakens national unity. Greed comes into play when political actions seem driven more by personal gain than public good, like prioritizing tax breaks for the wealthy over affordable housing for the middle class. Hubris, or excessive pride, blinds leaders to their mistakes, making them resistant to change even when evidence screams for it, much like a stubborn driver refusing to admit they're lost. But here's where it gets really controversial: healthcare cuts and food costs. These aren't just policy choices, they're direct attacks on the well-being of millions. Healthcare reductions could mean fewer people have access to life-saving treatments, while rising food prices make it harder for families to afford groceries, exacerbating hunger and inequality. And this is the part most people miss: these issues disproportionately affect low-income and minority communities, raising questions about whether the GOP's policies are truly for all Americans or just a select few. Is this a fair assessment, or are there hidden silver linings in these shifts that critics overlook? We'll explore that further. Now, here's the controversy that might make you pause. Some argue these factors are exaggerated by political opponents to tarnish the GOP's image, while others see them as undeniable truths based on recent events. Could greed and hubris be universal in politics, not just a Republican problem? And what about healthcare and food costs? Are they inevitable economic realities, or policy failures that could be reversed? This sparks heated debates. Do you think the GOP can rise above these challenges, or are they doomed to collapse? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with this breakdown, or do you see a different path forward? Let's discuss openly and constructively. Copyright Coast Media, LLC. Our site content is available for use without needing special approval, except where noted otherwise. Coast and Daily Coast are trademarks owned by Coast Media, LLC. For more details, check out our privacy policy at https://www.dailycoast.com/privacy. Daily Coast. Explore our front page for the latest updates, https://www.dailycoast.com. Dive into comics for some lighthearted takes, https://comics.dailycoast.com. Grab our RSS feeds to stay connected, https://feeds.dailycoast.com. Consider subscribing for exclusive content, https://www.dailycoast.com/subscribe. Gift a subscription to a friend, https://www.dailycoast.com/subscribe/gift. Manage your newsletters here, https://signup.dailycoast.com. Learn about us. Review our terms of service, https://www.dailycoast.com/terms. Understand our community rules of the road, https://www.dailycoast.com/rules-of-the-road. DMCA copyright notice for legal info, https://www.dailycoast.com/dmca-copyright-notice. Privacy details, https://www.dailycoast.com/privacy. Who we are. About us, https://www.dailycoast.com/about-us. Our team, masthead, https://www.dailycoast.com/masthead. Our ethical standards, code of ethics, https://www.dailycoast.com/ethics. Reach out, contact us, https://www.dailycoast.com/contact us. Advertising opportunities. Learn about advertising with us, https://www.dailycoast.com/advertising. Join our team. View open jobs, https://www.dailycoast.com/jobs. Shop our merch. Browse shirts and more, https://store.dailycoast.com. Stay connected. Daily Coast stands in solidarity with the Black community. Discover more at https://www.dailycoast.com/blacklivesmatter/.